I never brought up really and never really discussed why you were not at Kobe Bryant's memorial service.
Kobe Bryant's funeral was one of the most emotional and unforgettable events in NBA history, a day that united fans around the world in grief. But while the ceremony itself was filled with raw emotion, the guest list told a much deeper and more complicated story. Behind the scenes, it wasn't just about honoring the Black Mamba. It was about who was allowed to be part of that farewell and who wasn't. Shockingly, some of the biggest names in basketball were banned or nearly left out altogether. LeBron James, for example, was allegedly blacklisted because he had turned Kobe's final night on the court into a moment about himself. Shaquille O'Neal, despite being Kobe's championship partner, was reportedly almost denied entry because the Bryant family had not fully forgiven the feud that once tore them apart. And then there was Derek Fisher, who physically showed up at the memorial only to be turned away at the door. The truth about which NBA players were banned from Kobe Bryant's funeral will surprise you, and the reasons behind those bans are even more shocking. LeBron James, the man often called the face of the NBA and viewed as the heir to Michael Jordan's throne, was at the center of the most stunning revelation. The night before Kobe's tragic helicopter crash, LeBron dropped 29 points and passed Kobe on the all-time scoring list, a milestone that should have been about celebration. But many questioned whether LeBron had made Kobe's last night all about himself. According to anonymous sources within the Lakers organization, Vanessa Bryant allegedly made the difficult decision to exclude LeBron from Kobe's memorial. The reasoning was rooted in her belief that LeBron had overshadowed what should have been Kobe's night of recognition. This claim gained traction after ESPN's Stephen A. Smith raised eyebrows with his fiery commentary, pointing out LeBron's notable absences from other major events. He reminded fans that LeBron not only skipped Kobe's memorial but also missed Dwayne Wade's Hall of Fame induction, despite Wade playing a pivotal role in helping him secure his first championship. Stephen A's comments ignited endless debate, with fans speculating whether Kobe and LeBron had secretly clashed in the final months of Kobe's life. Some suspected jealousy, others blamed ego, and many believed it was simply the tension that arises when two powerful legacies overlap. Social media exploded with heated takes, with one fan writing, "LeBron made Kobe's night about LeBron. It was supposed to be a torch passing, not a torch stealing." What made the situation even stranger was LeBron's silence. Known for posting heartfelt tributes and emotional captions on Instagram, LeBron suddenly went dark. There were no tweets, no public eulogies, and no emotional posts. This silence didn't go unnoticed, especially by fans gathered outside the Staples Center, many of whom shared their heartbreak with news outlets like CNN. One fan summed it up perfectly. "Our family has been such Lakers fans, and Kobe inspired us all. So this feels devastating." When questioned later about his absence, LeBron brushed it off, insisting that he mourned privately. But for many, that explanation didn't fully satisfy. Even Stephen A. Smith revisited the topic on a later podcast, noting that LeBron had been out of the country on business, but questioning whether that was the entire story. While some defended LeBron and claimed the supposed rift was blown out of proportion by the media, others were convinced that pride, pain, and perhaps punishment kept him away. What was clear is that his absence didn't just represent one player missing a memorial. It symbolized a fracture in the brotherhood of the NBA. The tension was so obvious that league executives had apparently even pushed for a reconciliation moment at the funeral, hoping to bridge the gap publicly. But that moment never happened, leaving fans to wonder whether the truth would ever come out. Then there was Shaquille O'Neal, Kobe's former teammate and three-time championship partner. Despite sharing a dynasty and years of memories, Shaq was reportedly not on the original guest list for Kobe's memorial. According to a now-deleted post from a Lakers staffer, Vanessa Bryant had initially left his name off entirely. The reason stemmed from years of unresolved tension between the families, tension that wasn't completely healed even after Kobe and Shaq had publicly buried their feud. Their rivalry had been legendary, marked by locker room insults, press conference shade, and even diss tracks. Though the two men eventually reconciled and shared respect, insiders claimed Kobe's family never fully forgave the emotional strain those battles put on him. Insiders like Arash Markazi suggested that members of Kobe's inner circle believed Shaq had never fully apologized or taken accountability for the damage caused. Shaq himself was determined not to miss Kobe's farewell. Multiple sources revealed that he personally reached out to Vanessa, offering to deliver a speech, but was initially turned down. It was only after Kobe's parents intervened, emphasizing the bond the two men shared in building the Lakers dynasty, that Vanessa reluctantly agreed. When Shaq finally took the stage, he delivered a speech that was both funny and heartbreaking. He recalled how, even when people thought they were enemies, he and Kobe would wink at each other off camera and go dominate opponents together. His story about telling Kobe, "There's no I in team, but there's a me in that mother," brought the house down, reminding everyone of the fiery, playful bond the two legends had. Still, beneath the laughter, many felt the weight of what had been lost: time, forgiveness, and true closure. On social media, fans were stunned to learn Shaq almost wasn't included. Many were baffled that Vanessa needed convincing to let him speak. After the memorial, Shaq himself admitted how devastated he was, telling ESPN, "I lost a brother, a teammate, and a piece of my soul." Perhaps the most tragic part was that he and Kobe had only just started speaking again when fate cruelly cut that reconciliation short. Shaq, at least, was able to share his farewell. Others never got that chance. Next came Derek Fisher, Kobe's co-captain and five-time champion with the Lakers. Fisher was expected by nearly everyone to be front row at the memorial. But according to attendees and reporters covering the Staples Center event, Fisher arrived at the service only to be turned away at the door. His name wasn't on the guest list, and without an official invitation, security denied him access. This was shocking, given his close history with Kobe. However, sources close to the Bryant family revealed the reason in one word: betrayal. While Fisher had once been as close as a brother to Kobe, his post-retirement controversies, including his very public relationship with Matt Barnes' ex-wife, reportedly alienated him from Kobe's tight-knit circle. Friends claimed Kobe felt Fisher had violated an unspoken code of loyalty and honor, values Kobe lived by and wanted instilled in his daughters. Fans were outraged when the news surfaced. After all, Fisher had been part of some of the Lakers' most iconic moments alongside Kobe, including the unforgettable 0.4-second game winner against the Spurs. Sports commentator Shannon Sharpe expressed disbelief during an episode of Undisputed, saying, "You mean to tell me Derek Fisher wasn't even allowed in the building? Man, that's cold."